Islam, 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 Nobles, Islam, peace, peace. I'm just gonna be on here for a little bit today, and I want to discuss some things about Morocco and how we have a lot of people out here trying to dispute what Moors say about who are Moroccans. Now, we're gonna get this straight, all right, and we're gonna make this known, okay? Just because these people who made Morocco over there in 1956 gonna say they are Moroccans, right? When we know they are hybrids, okay, from Moroccan ancestry, which are the original people, which are Moors, okay? The ones that gave you the science, that gave you religion, okay? So when we have these naysayers coming out here talking about three Robbie, okay, what they call them, the Aboriginal indigenous Moors over there, three Robbie, okay, they are disrespectful and they colonizing the Moors. That's what they are doing. They are being disrespectful and they colonizing Moors because they are not full Moroccans. I want somebody to come on who's a adept, all right, and who's not dogmatized and who's not in this bullshit ass game these people are perpetuating on our mental state. That's what I want to talk about today, Morris. I want to get something straight right now, because you got Moors acquiescing into letting these hybrids over there in 1956 Morocco say that they are the real Moroccans. Like they are the real Moroccans. When I know they're not. Okay? They are hybrids, like I said, with our Moorish bloodline. That's what it is. So when anybody want to sit up here and try to act like they scholars, and want to sit up there, because we got to understand that our movement been cooled from us. Noble Drew Ali came in 1913 to 1928. We the ones that's slow. The prophet is not slow. He been here. So when I have these intellectual conversations with people, they want to try to dispute what a real Moor that knows what he talking about. You want to try to come with your dogmatized Darwin theory, enslavement on the brain with archaeologists that's been compromised, that the archaeologically been compromised by these European scholars that hold certain type of weight in universities such as Harvard, Yale universities. Those university Moors established too. Let's just get adept with it. Let's get some understanding, okay? Because when these people run around here and try to, debase Moors and try to call them sovereign citizens and try to go against what Moors are real true about what the preachings is and the teachings is and the ministry of information is, and they all want to go and flock and try to put Moors down and try to say this Moor is crazy. I'm intellectually higher than most people. I'm not crazy. I'm intellectually more inclined than people. I'm not crazy. I know what I'm talking about because I deal in the science. I deal in the science, Moorish science that is, that belongs to the Moors. Freemasonry belongs to the Moors. Masonry, period, belongs to the Moors. But when you have people that take the science and they want to call it New Age, they want to call it Scientology, and perpetually use it against their own people. Just like you have some of these secret societies, Boule, These alpha alpha sororities, all this bull crap, daughters of revolution. Okay, when you have these occult people, which means occult means hidden, out of sight, working against you, using your sciences against you, right? That already set up a paradigm to perpetually put you in servitude and in mentally slavery. You have all this propaganda that is perpetually put on television. You got these commerce generals, these commerce bandits, these commerce thieves over here perpetually putting out people in slavery. But you want to go against real Moors. You Moors want to go against real Moors, right? Y'all like the treatment that y'all get. Y'all love the treatment that y'all get, because if you were real Moors, and if you real Moors know real Moors, you'll keep your mouth shut when they bring in the science, when they trying to bring you up out of ignorance, because ignorance is bliss, so is knowledge. But which one you in, your which self you in? You in your lower self or you in your higher self? Because you can't vibrate with certain information if you are in your lower self. So all you want to do is vibrate with the devil shit. That's all you want to do. You don't want to be inclined spiritually. You don't want to be liberated spiritually, because all this comes through spiritual awareness, intuition, intergalactic vibration of knowing who you are. Because if you can't do that, then you might as well don't even worry about putting your Johnny Hancock on no goddamn paper or professing any damn thing. You understand me? Because that don't make you. That don't make you. What makes you is what's in your heart and your bloodline and your pedigree. That what makes you. And understanding that and unlock how to exact that law and how to conduct business. That's lawfully chartered to your spirituality and your reality. But the fact is that when Moors intellectually come with facts to stand on their spiritual divine side, then you have these naysayers come to attack what you just been brought forth, or try to attack what you just brought forth. But see, you can try to attack me, because the same effort and energy that you put in to attack me is going to be used against thee. Because you're going to be the main one that's going to have to suffer from your treasonous actions, your treasonous ways, because you want to be stagnant, you want to be a devil. And a lot of people know me for real, and they know that I'm not the same person anymore, because I ain't a person, I'm a human being. I'm a God in the flesh. And I woke up to who I am. So when that revelation you come to you are being reborn in the flesh. A lot of people want to talk all this shit about them being reborn and this, that, and the third. No, you're not. You're not reborn, because if you was reborn, you will stop some of the ignorant stuff and work on the ignorant stuff that you can't stop right off. Anybody who work on something to achieve something, they know what I'm talking about. You have to cast away those bad habits and put new habits in their place, so those new habits will give you more production, put you in a better peaceful mindset, to give you a new outlook in life. But if you're not strong-willed to bring that aspect, to bring that truth to life, then you just in another paradigm that It's destroying your mental state. My mental state is everything to me. Everything to me. So when I be around certain people, I want to be around them to teach them. I want to be around them to build with them. Okay? Sometimes you have to do that. Be around the drug dealers, be around, the people who don't know. Now when Yahshua was in the flesh and he was commended to do what he had to do, he didn't go to the priests and all of them right off. He went and conversed with them and told them that he seen what they was doing and what they was conspiring and doing. That's why when he went in those temples and he seen it and he caught it, he flipped the damn table over because he already knew that these devils was profiting off the science of the ancestors. Profiting off the science of the ancestors. Throwing their people to the wolves. Okay? Throwing their lions away. Destroying their lions, tearing them down, maiming them, telling the lions that they sheep. Not giving the lions their real pedigree. Not giving the lions their real course of life and history. Not giving the lions their basic foundation to prosper. They just was lying to the lions of Judah. Because Judas cut Judah off. So when I speak because I'm speaking in a perspective of the truth, not because what a bullshit ass politician, corrupt ass archaeologist got his Federal Reserve note and his passport to come over here to lie to us. I'm not dealing with politicians anymore. They can't tell me nothing because when I turn on my television, all they do is profess lies. And I know better than that. So why should I listen to anybody that's lying all the damn time? For you to converse and have good standing, you have to show good moral and conduct good character. For you to for anybody to do any type of business with you. So if you don't wanna tell me your last name, you don't want to tell me your first name, but you want personal information from me, what do I look like? What do I look like giving you giving you that information when you don't even want to have good moral upright conduct with me? You want me to bow down to you, but you don't want to bow down and come in a humble and moral manner of a good standard and judge of character. No, and you want to come in and think you know every damn thing. So I just humble myself and still cut your neck off at the same time. Because it's not about that. It's about teaching the children. I don't care about you adults. You adults, y'all lived y'all life. You can't teach a old dog, new tricks. Like I said before, you can't teach an old dog new tricks. So guess what? If those old dogs don't want to play and don't want to learn, guess what? Stump with the big dogs. But I'm looking for the puppies. I'm looking for the little babies. So we can build with them and let them know what time it is. Because they are my future. They are my nation. When these pedophilian people, all this killing babies and stealing organs and doing all these things, when they do these certain things, they are stopping your nation. They are stagnating your nation because that could have been a new scientist that had the cure for every damn thing. When you take somebody's life When you do that, you have to pay for that. It's penance that you have to pay for taking somebody's life, because that could have been an inspiration, whatever that lifespan that Allah has put forth for that child to do. You ain't cut that short. That's why I hold these politicians in treason, because they're not if they're not working to get this republic back, then I don't have anything to talk about, because the Republican form of government is what my ancestors left. That's just point blank period. So when they talk about this the democratic stuff, that's bullcrap. When they tell me I'm not a Moroccan and all this, that, and the third, that's bullcrap. When they tell me I'm not a Moor, that's bullcrap. When they tell me this is not Morocco, that's bullcrap. Because all they power is through their military occupation. That's their power. Their military occupation, that these Europeans come back and forth claiming to be Americans, claiming to be Moors. That's what all these secret societies got to do. Occult secret societies, Boule, all of them, they all in the bed together, because they need to run commerce here in this land, which they supposed to not just run commerce, they supposed to give you what you deserve too, because you allowed these people to come over here to do that commerce, and you recognize them as a nation and their independence, because this was a Muslim country on Muslim law, period. So when these Europeans tell me I'm not lawful, when these politicians tell me this is not my country, I know they lying. When these politicians try to tell me I'm a Negro, black, or colored, or African American, I know they lying. So I don't believe nothing they come out their mouth at all. I'm gonna tell y'all this. Before I came into this knowledge, before I came into more science, I was already intelligent. Already knew what not to do. You had to cross me one time and show me your real true colors, and that was it. You was done. You was done. So it's the same thing. That's why I tell these Temple Moors, anybody who want to come up and try to slander or try to call me out, talking about a debate or whatever, I don't care, because I'm going to slay you. I'm going to slay you. I'm going to slay you. Just on knowledge of self alone, I'm going to slay you. Spiritually, I'm going to slay you. Intellectually, I'm going to slay you. Because the pen is mightier than the sword. So when Moors talk all this bullcrap about what the prophet didn't bring, I want to know what their agenda is. I want to know why you going against your brother. I read my Circle 7, chapter 25. That's the reference I want to give these Moors who want to go out here and talk all this smack and say that Moors is not giving true facts and information out here. You know what I mean? That's putting people back in their right mindset so they can stand on law and be lawful. I obey law because I enforce law. If you can't take no orders, you can't lead. So what we doing as a nation? That's what it is. What we are doing as a nation. Are we gonna defend those Moors that's gonna help put this nation back where the prophet wanted it to be from the jump, from the start? See, a lot of Moors don't understand me. I research. I know what they did to the prophet. I know what CM Bay said. I know. So when I come out my mouth, I'm speaking from what I know, not what I've been told. What I know. So when I tell people and I put stuff out on Facebook, I have family members want to challenge me. I don't care. I don't care who you are. If you're not in more science, if you don't know you are more, you can't. We can't have a dialogue. We can't build because you still in that mindset of colonization. You've been colonized real good. You can look at it and see on TV how our people act. BET, Black Entertainment, a curse on top of a curse. This is what they give you. Give you a curse. Give you a traitor route. You know what I mean? They want you to take their place, and they take your place. Well, they're not taking my place no more. No more. I'm allowing these colonizers to take Menelik Al Rahim Brown L's place. This is my place. This is my place to enforce the Prophet's law and to stand on that and to enforce that and to look after my people, even though they still in a Negro mindset. Because that's what time it is. A fool is being protected by God, Allah. Babies and fools be protected by God, Allah. Babies and fools. And I'll be damned if I let you do something to the children and those who don't know, and those who can't fend for themselves, those who've been beat down traumatically, has been suffering from post-traumatic syndrome, going through some type of enslavement as far as your brain, as far as your intellect, your intelligence, your spirit, your soul is not vibrating what is being professed to you on a daily basis. You know it in your soul. You're not getting spiritually inclined. You know that in your soul. When you see these colonizers beat your brother and your mothers down in the street, you know this. You know this in your soul. You know this in your heart. You know this. These things are wrong. But what do they give you though? What type of life and what kind of support they give you to put you and give you some type of remedy to put these damn bastards in away in jail? What do they give you? They don't give you anything. They give you these Jesse Jacksons, these Al Sharpton, Reverend Poke Chops out here. They give you them that's already been 501c compromised. Okay? Running around here because I got receipts on this. The things I speak about, I got receipts on. I can tell you that these people go over here and get paid for your misery. To keep you at bay, to keep you passive, smoking mirrors, to keep you acquiescing in this black shit, to keep you acquiescing in this colored and Negro and African American stuff. That's what they're here for. To keep you in that position while they rule over you, okay, with all type of perks. They keep you as the peasant when they live as the king. And you think this is fair to the Most High's children? Do you think this is fair? This don't worry about what I'm saying. Go into your soul and your spirit and ask yourself. Ask yourself that. And respond to yourself. Don't respond to me right now. I don't want your answer because I already know the answer. The questions I ask, I already know them. So that's why I get on here, family, my Facebook tribe, my Facebook people. I get on here out of love and admiration and respect to my nation. That's why I get on here. So I can enlighten my people because I don't go nowhere like that unless I'm going somewhere to handle some business or talk to my people. I got people calling me, want me to come through, I come through. Build with them too. I build with Moors over the phone. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to me more. Because if you live in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice, you my brother, or you're my sister. Because that's what Allah wants. That's what we need. We need more respect. We need more honor. We need more love for each other. Because once that is established, and once that's cherished, then we can move mountains. 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 We can move them. We were the pyramid builders. We were the mountain builders. You think that we do things alone here? No. It's a divine order in everything you do. Divine order. Divine order. Divine order. In everything you do. That goes through spirituality, and it goes far from where you think is spiritual and natural. It goes into dimensions and perplexities that you have in your own soul and mind and heart. So what are we playing games for? What all our intentions are? What we all have been called to do? What is it? Do you know what you was called to do? Because I know what I was called to do, but do the other Moors know what they called to do? Now, if you know what you was called to do, you would not be slandering real Detroit Moors. If you're not adept in some of the lessons, you will keep your mouth closed and listen and listen. Allah Akbar, speak. Because that's for your appreciation, your moderation, your spiritual inclinement, and an elevation and upliftment. Not for me, for you. And for everybody else who need it. When people be disrespectful and slander other Moors that Allah has divinely prepared to do his work, something wrong with you. It's something wrong with you. Not me, not the Joy Moors. Something wrong with those other Moors that's stopping the Joy Moors for putting this movement together. Now, Nation of Islam, I'm going to speak on them too. Those are my brothers. I know they are my brothers. I know Noble Drew Ali gave them their knowledge. I know the members that was in the organization broke off from the leadership and did their own thing. I know this. But that don't make them not my brother. That don't make them not a Moor. That don't make them, you see what I'm saying, not a part of this family. Now, say this. We all need to get it together. Temple Moors, NOI Moors, this Moors period. They think they Negro, black, colored, African American. This Moors period. We need to get our stuff together. But I'm going to tell y'all just like this, from adapt spiritually inclined. Okay? From the cosmos, not from me, not what I'm saying. Stay out of their way. Stay out of their way. Okay? Stay out of their way. Because some things about to go down. Okay? This is a spiritual warfare. Okay? For you to have your province back, Temple Moors, you need to get with the Street Moors. I'm using these terms because we all are Moors, but I'm just showing you which team that people are trying to decide which team they're getting on. Is our citizen more? Or are you going to say that you are de jure more that's not a U.S. citizen, that is an American citizen with the republic form of government? Not no democracy. Okay? Not no democracy, because the democracy, that's treason. Democracy is treason. So if these Temple Moors saying anything about being a U.S. citizen, they treasonous. Okay? And I'm telling you this because I don't even want to debate with nobody. I don't have to debate with nobody because this is the truth coming straight from the cosmos. This is not what I'm telling you. This is the truth. And if some people can't handle the truth, some people want to dance around the truth. They want to be a little ballerina and spin around the truth. They want to they just want to go and do their own thing as far as what their truth revolves. See, they in that capacity, okay? In the European capacity, because he been so in control and running stuff for so long that he cannot relinquish his power like that. He has to give you a left and a right or combo or kick or whatever, just like that. He's gonna try to weigh his influence down on those Moors he called himself helping out when he gave him those 501c3 provinces, okay, with those incentives attached to them, which they all are tax write-offs, which you are not supposed to be taxed anyway because you're supposed to be getting paid tribute for allowing them to do commerce and recognizing themselves as a nation state country, which they took over the nation state to a whole damn United States corporation and changed maps and everything. But you can't fool me. I don't give a fuck who you are. You can't fool me. You're not gonna fool me. I promise you. You're not gonna fool me. You're not going to fool me. Now, this is just me talking. I'm not in no temple. My temple is what you see right here. This is the temple. This temple you at right here. Wherever I walk and whatever building I'm in, that's the temple because I'm professing and propagating the correct science. The correct science for my people. Because if you don't propagate the correct science, and if you don't put your people on point, well then what are you doing? I'll wait. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, you enslaving the people. Oh, you trying to get incentives. You're trying to make people chattel property and leech off of them. Make insurance claims, hypothecate stuff. Oh, you one of those Moors. Oh. Okay. You one of those Moors. Hmm. I'm not dealing with you Moors that's doing that. I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to deal with Moors that's gonna be shady to their own Moors, dirty to their own Moors, coup their own movement. I'm gonna ask y'all this question, and this is real. If the prophet was here today, how would you explain to him? How would you explain to him why this movement is the way it is now in this day and time? Now, I want to know who's going to answer that question that always want to come out and go against Deidre Morris. I want to know who in the temple want to come and answer that question right there, because I know that. I know that like the back of my hand. I know about the Havana Cuba Convention. I know about what the Prophet had. I know everything about that because I researched it thoroughly. And I want to know who's going to something other than that. Because then when you come and try to debate me about that, I know you dirty. Matter of fact, you grimy. See, sometimes I play like I'm dumb. So I can see who's who. So I can see who's who. Because this is not a game anymore to me. And I've been told people this is not a game. It never has been a game. Never has been a game. But they playing it like it's a game, but they playing it for keeps more because they are propagating on your status. They are being you in your proper capacity. And that's what they're doing. But I'm not gonna allow them to do that to me anymore because just like I said before, they're not that. I know they're not that. And I'm willing to stand on that and willing to tell them they're not that. They already know me, they know me. These folks know me. European over the radio, I made her bow down. She humbled when I came out of the courtroom. She humbled herself when I stepped foot out of the courtroom because she know, ooh, why this Moore is not felling up? Why we couldn't put a charge on him? Why we couldn't just put a charge on him? Because I'm Allah in the flesh. That's why. Me and Allah is one. That's why. You can't speak for me. I can only speak for myself and only speak for my nation of people who look like me. You politicians cannot speak for me. I bound you to the constitutional fold. If you don't have a nationality or a delegation of authority, your word don't mean anything to me. Because internationally, I can hold you for treason. And all these temple Moors too, if they're not doing what the prophet exacted. That's in the bylaws. That's in your constitution. So when these Moors come out and try to profess something, don't come to me. Don't come this way to me, because I'm gonna chop your neck off intellectually. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not going for treasonous actions anymore, Moors. That's it. You shouldn't either. You Moors, listen to what I'm saying, Moors. You shouldn't go for treasonous actions within your nation. If you know a Moor is dirty, you know he's doing dirty, you know the information he's putting out is not really lifting humanity, then that's your birthright, Moor. To hold that more accountable, Moor. See, these people playing with your birthrights. They playing with your sovereignty. That's what they doing. And I dare anybody to come on here and say anything other than that. Because that's why they killing you in the street right now. That's what they doing. And then you want to acquiesce into their system that you have to be taxed and abused and beat and acquiesce into because you've been indoctrinated into that. And then they'll give you a bone and throw you a bone every now and then. Good boy, good nigga. Pat you on the back. That's what you really want? a pat on the back for selling your own people out in this system, because that's what you're doing. When you then you try to get informed. You try to make sure you can get informed so you can understand what's being going on, what's being said. Because if you out of the loop, right, then you don't have no understanding, you don't have no knowledge, and you're not privy to the information that's coming. So that's why they're running a game on you. It's not because you are unintelligent. It's not because you're dumb. It's because these people already conspired to do what they've been doing for centuries. Okay? Andrew Wilson. You understand me? All these motherfuckers co-conspirators. You see what I'm saying? That did you this way. Okay? Your own people help them do you this way. And then y'all want to talk all this smack about bearing arms and protecting yourselves. In ancient times, Moors was the sovereigns of the land, so they had protection with their wills of spears, arrows, and they was the first ones to make a gun. Pow stick, Moors brought that. But they want to deprive you from your bare arms. They want to deprive the mothers and fathers of civilization that created the damn gun and the gunpowder of their right to bear arms. Why that? And you answer that question yourselves. Why they want to stop you from bear arms? These are the questions you ask. Don't jump on Moors when they're trying to bring you facts and trying to bring you education, illiterate education. Don't do them like that. Don't do them like that, because if you're doing them like that, then that means something is wrong with your mental. That means that you're unversed. That means that you're uneducated. That's what it means. And then when you have these Moors come out here and do all this slanderous things, Rami Salam, L, call your name again, talking all this smack. Yeah. Then y'all want to do debates and all this. Man, come on, man. Come on, man. After that debate, I want to know this. After that debate, are you going to tell Jamal you're sorry? Because I already got it in my spirit that Allah is going to be in Jamal's favor. Allah is going to be with Jamal. The cosmos is going to be with Jamal. So I want to know, are you going to apologize for those slanderous things you were saying out your mouth towards the nation? That's what I want to know, since you want to do all this debating this shit. What about putting the Jordan Moors and attaching them to their proper respect? How about that? How about that? How about stop running your damn mouth and talking about Todd? How about that? Because Rami Salam, you're not teaching anybody nothing. You're not teaching anybody nothing. Moors coming in with their eyes open, teaching, intellectually raising their consciousness, intellectually raising their people consciousness. Not, none of that. None of that. I banish that. I banish that away from me. Because that right there is another mental shackle on your brain. I'm a free spiritual man. Outright Moor. I'm always mooring. Always. So what's wrong with other Moors? What's going on? When Moors do this science, we should be all in unity and love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's how you get some unity, love. So I want to know why people are because they probably don't even have the insight on what this is detrimental for us as Moors. They must don't have the insight. They must. They must don't. Because if any more in a temple talking about naturalization and going through their temple as an ink, as a religious organization without civics, they're a fucking lie. Because if they don't have no civics, how mentally you gonna raise people? How mentally you gonna raise them into law? How mentally you gonna raise them to be bays? How mentally you gonna raise them to be lawgivers, L's? How mentally you gonna raise them into the exalted one, Ali? How mentally you gonna raise them? How? If you spitting misinformation, if you spitting misconduity, if you spitting nothing but slanderous things that's hurting your people, I want to know. I want to know. So this is me and you talking, Morris. This is what I'm telling you guys. This is me and y'all talking. Okay, I ain't gotta get on my platform with Candleland Morris. Shout out to that Moore, Cujo L. Shout out to that real Detroit Moore. I don't have to get on that platform right now. I'm getting on Menelik Allah Brown L, Menelik Al Rahim Brown L platform right here on Facebook. And I'm letting y'all know. I'm letting y'all know what it is. Because that's what it is. Ain't no if ands buts about it. Now, when I bag more is because they got receipts. When I bag more is because they got receipts. That's just like you going into a Walmart jurisdiction and you going in there items out of their venue or out of their establishment, right? And you don't pay for it. And you go out of there and you don't have a receipt for what you just then purchased. What Walmart is going to do to your ass? That's just simple governance of business. So why Moors can't simple govern themselves in these streets and doing the colonizers' work? What would I don't somebody come on this feed and type in and tell me why Moors is still out here helping the colonizer? Somebody who want to back Rami Salami El or Tahaka Bay. Somebody come on this feed and back them Moors up. Since they are professing something, since they are teaching something, I want to know. Because I'm telling you, they're not doing what they're exact to do from the prophet. You wearing a fez, you wearing a turban, you got an L, you got a bay on your name. You're supposed to be in high honors. High honors with this science. With this science, you're supposed to be in high honors. Only the real don't get with the real. Allah don't make no mistakes. Because before it was even in my conscience, it was already professed. And it was already written. Just like the Bible. I'ma hold you devils to it. I'ma hold you devils to that Bible. But my prophet said, Moors, don't get rid of your Bibles. I'm the high Magi. Yeah, yeah. I'm going into that my adapt knowledge. I'm going into some of my adapt knowledge and just pull out just a little sprinkle. I just want to sprinkle a little bit in there because that's what I need to master my people, so I can raise them intellectually, consciously, so their vibration can rise. Because that's what it is time for, more. It's time for you to rise your vibration. Stop eating this garbage. Stop eating it. It's not doing you any good. It's not. Okay? But everybody is on their own journey, and everybody got to do what they got to do. That's what they want to do in life. As far as what decisions and choices you want to make yourself a better person, which is not a person, a better human being. Okay? So, I just want to leave you out with that, Moors. Peace and love. Um, Give a shout out to my Moors Al Tarak Bay Small. Gonna give a shout out to my boy Karab Bay. I love you, Moors. Ain't nothing. You know what I mean? Still doing my thing. We're gonna all come together and we're gonna do the thing like we're supposed to be doing it. Because I'm telling you, I'm not playing with this. And I want my people to know I'm not playing with it, because it's time for Moors to get it's time for Moors to get their nation and stand upon their foundational, okay, their foundation, and that's the prophet. Okay, he left that foundation, and don't try to. I don't want to hear nothing about these Europeans don't know who the Moors are. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that. No, okay, because those are lies. Those are lies. So peace and love and Islam. Peace, Moors.